Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Mirror World News, December 2nd, 5:06 America, New York. Parents refuse to accept blood from anyone with COVID jab for baby's life-saving surgery. New Zealand's national health body Te Whatu Ora has applied for guardianship of a 4-month-old boy because his parents have refused to give consent for him to take donated blood for his urgent heart surgery.
New York Times World News.
December 2nd, 5 o'clock America, New York. How a German state helped Russia complete Nord Stream 2. The threat of U.S. sanctions jeopardized completion of a second direct gas pipeline from Russia. So Gazprom and German officials concocted a phony climate foundation to get the job done. Pipes from Nord Stream 2 work in Sassnitz, Germany.
New York Times World News.
December 2nd, 5 o'clock America, New York. A drummer showing the way to the freest musical universe. Miguel Thomason, one of the few professional musicians with Down syndrome, has brought attention to the artistic visions of people with developmental disabilities, with his band releasing over 100 albums. Miguel Thomason has released more than 100 albums with his band, Reynolds.
Washington Post World, December 2nd, 4:21 America, New York. U.S. designates groups in Pakistan, terrorist organizations. The State Department says it has added the key Pakistani militant group and the Al-Qaeda branch to its list of global terrorists.
BBC News World.
December 2nd, 3:23 America, New York. Ukraine war. Biden prepared to meet Putin to end Russia's war. The U.S. president made his strongly caveated remarks after talks with French President Emmanuel Macron.
BBC News World.
December 2nd, 3:05 America, New York. Israel to deport Palestinian lawyer to France, rights group. Salah Hamouri, accused of belonging to a terrorist group, has had his Jerusalem residency revoked.
Mirror World News.
December 2nd, 2:43 America, New York. Mountain of Pain. Inside African Wildlife Park where animals are being slaughtered for cures. At this critical time for the planet's health, Nada Farhood joined the Uganda Wildlife Authority on the front line of fighting poachers at Uganda's largest national park.
RT World News.
December 2nd, 2:11 America, New York. U.S. wants to redeploy weapons from Middle East to Ukraine, Raytheon. NASAMS batteries could be taken from the Middle East. The American arms manufacturer says the U.S. is working to move some National Advanced Surface-to-Air Missile System NASAMS batteries from Middle Eastern countries to Ukraine, Raytheon Technologies CEO Greg Hayes has said.
Mirror World News.
December 2nd, 2:05 America, New York. Medics pictured forced to use mobile phone torches in surgery during Ukraine blackouts. Warning. Graphic images. Surgeons in Kyiv were forced to use light from mobile phone torches to carry out operations due to power cuts in the Ukraine capital from repeated Russian shelling.
Time.
December 2nd, 1:40 America, New York. Elon Musk suspends Ye from Twitter after offensive image post. Even on Elon Musk's Twitter, there are red lines for permissible content, and Kanye West, who now calls himself Ye, crossed one of them with a late Thursday night post that prompted the network to suspend his account.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
December 2nd, 0:43 America, New York. Former teacher who killed his wife 40 years ago to be with teenage babysitter jailed. An Australian former high school teacher has been jailed for 24 years for murdering his wife 40 years ago, after a popular podcast triggered a new police investigation. Chris Dawson was found guilty of murdering his former wife after 40 years after their story was told in the true crime podcast Teacher and Amp. Number 39. S-Pet.
New York Times World News. December 2nd, 0:43 America, New York. Your Friday briefing. Emmanuel Macron's state visit to the U.S. President Joe Biden and President Emmanuel Macron talk while walking down the colonnade to the Oval Office at the White House on Thursday.
RT World News.
December 2nd, 0:16 America, New York. Israel and U.S. hold drills simulating strikes on Iran. The exercises come soon after the head of Israel's military urged Washington to prepare for a future attack on Tehran.
https://globalnews.ca/feed/.
December 2nd, 0:09 America, New York. Flames fall 2-1 to Canadians at Saddledome on Thursday night. Yuri Slavkovsky gave Montreal the lead just 13 seconds in. HKN Canadiens Flames 20,221,201.
Washington Post World.
December 2nd, 002 America New York, lagoon dries up as drought grips Peru's southern Andes. The small Conchacata Lagoon has been the axis of life in Vilma Huaman's community high in Peru's southern Andes.
Washington Post World.
December 2nd, 001 America New York, what it's like being at the World Cup. Ishan Taror, the Post's foreign desk columnist, chronicles his week at the World Cup in Qatar.
BBC News World.
December 1st, 2357 America New York, North Korea hit with sanctions after ballistic missile tests. The U.S. Treasury freezes the assets of 3 North Korean officials following last month's missile tests.
Time.
December 1st, 2315 America New York, U.S., Japan, and South Korea impose sanctions to punish North Korea for missile tests. The U.S., Japan, and South Korea revealed new sanctions to punish North Korea for an unprecedented series of missile tests, as they struggle to pressure Pyongyang to return to the negotiating table.